200 meters to the dream. A car, there's a car! Yes, here they are. Here they are, spaceships. I'm sitting in the pilot's seat of the Buran spacecraft. They've been walking around the hangar for half an hour with flashlights, looking for us. Now we need to turn on maximum vigilance, because we are entering an open area and the area near the hangar with spaceships is especially dangerous. All stalkers in Baikonur are caught during the day, so you need to be on the lookout. Even an ambush is not ruled out. My hand is busy. Car. There's a police car there. There is a police car in this hangar. I'm in shock. I'm just in shock. We were one step away from being caught. Fuck. They stupidly put Bobby in the hangar. Fuck. Now we'll climb into this booth. We will try to wait it out. Let's go. Shall we go to the building? Yes, let's go there. The police could leave the car in the hangar so that it was not visible from afar and go into the hangar itself. They often do. There is a police car here. Now I will try to hide in this building and wait until they leave. The main thing is that they don't see us now, while we're going to the building. Is there a place to fall? No. Hands have the poor view of the area. We can go up the slabs to the second floor. There is no second floor here. It's one floor. Exactly. Well, let's go look elsewhere. We must listen. When he leaves, we must hear. Can't see them? No. There are 4 options why there is a police car. The first option is that the police could come, leave the car, and head to the hangar with a scheduled detour and probably leave soon. But since they haven't left yet, an hour later, most likely this option is no longer possible. Option 2. They left the car in the hangar so that the stalkers would not see it from the street and went to ambush. This is a very likely option, given that there were rumors that security had been tightened. The third option, the car is empty and left in the hangar just like a scarecrow for stalkers. That's how we're now. We were walking, we saw the car, we hit and we sit and wait. I forgot the first option, sorry. However, time is running out, we'll hide our backpacks and try to approach the hangar from behind, and maybe we'll be able to see something. In any case, sooner or later we'll have to go to the hangar with spaceships and our own peril and risk. Therefore, to be here next to them and not to go there is impossible. We sat for 3 hours listening to the silence, hoping that the car would leave. But it did not leave. It was already completely dark. It was impossible to turn on the flashlights. There was no point in recording a video either, but nevertheless, we decided to act. We walked around the hangar on the other side and wanted to go into the back of the car and see if it was standing there or not. What was our surprise when we nevertheless entered his hangar from the other side and the car was no longer there. How he could leave so silently that we did not hear him from 50 meters is still a mystery to me. Overjoyed, we set off to look for the entrance to the hangar. There are racks here, you can climb down them. Now, wait a second. There seems to be a passage there. Let me go take a look, so it don't go in vain. We penetrate into the hangar with Buran. After the scandal with the painting of the ship, the administration of the Cosmodrome sealed and blocked all the entrances, all the windows to both hangars. There was one single hole left in the hangar with energy, and in the hangar with Buran, as it turned out too. Internally, is it located at such a height that even with my height, if I jump, I can't catch on. I had to stand on Vadim's shoulders, climb up, and then give him a hand so that he could climb up. But it could have been different. These remaining two manholes could also be closed. And imagine how much it would be a shame if we made such a path and couldn't get inside. I think that the security simply didn't have time to block these last two climbs. I'm 100% sure that they know about them, and we are just lucky that they didn't have time to block them yet. And I think with a high degree of probability, we can be the last stalkers who capture these historical objects in this particular place. Closed. Entire labyrinths need to go through to get to the ships. Everything is well up, everything is closed, road. Let's look here first. We want to climb into the ships themselves. You see, everything is blocked everywhere. Yes, I see, they did a good job. Oh, here are the stairs. Yes, here they are. Here they are spaceships. Now we need to find a way to get down. The handsome man is standing. And there should be a second one, which is painted. And look! The inscriptions have been covered up, see? They tried to erase the inscriptions. They barely visible, I didn't even notice right away. Let's find a way to him. We need to get down somehow. It's pretty creepy here at night, to be honest. In the light of a flashlight, these giants look bewitching. There might be a passage. Let's see. No, there's no descent. There's a break here. Let's keep looking. Here's a second handsome man standing. They haven't been taken anywhere yet. By the way, we might be the last ones to see them. Yes, theoretically, we can be the last to see them. Because if they're in the highest political level in Russia, they said that they would be transferred to the museum, then sooner or later they would. I'm sure not everyone who watches this video understands where we made our way, what is the uniqueness of this place and what kind of ship it is. I'll not stretch the informational part for a long time, there are documentaries for this, but I will tell you in general terms so that those who are not in the subject understand where we have made our way. Buran is the first and only reusable spacecraft of the USSR. The Energia Buran program was a response to the American Space Shuttle program. It was the largest, most ambitious space project in the history of the USSR. Thousands of enterprises took part in it. More than 2.5 million people, about 17 billion Soviet rubles were spent on it. And then the program was simply closed. It became useless to anyone. The money ran out. Then the collapse of the USSR, and for 30 years now, 2 spaceships have been standing in an abandoned hangar in the middle of the Kazakh steppe. Well, before we return to this abandoned hangar, let's move to 1988. November 15, despite the assault warning, Buran made his first flight. The flight was successful. He made 2 turns around the planet and landed. It is important to note, if suddenly someone didn't understand, Buran landed on its own in automatic mode, without a crew. This fact, the flight of the orbiter into space and its landing in automatic mode under the control of the onboard computer, was included in the Guinness Book of Records. Despite the fact that Buran was a copy of the American Space Shuttle program, Soviet scientists managed to make their ship better in a number of ways, including in terms of autopilot, because the American ship was never able to repeat an unmanned landing. The American program was in some ways better, in some ways worse, in some ways it was tragic, because in the end 14 people died, and that is why it was closed in 2011. But that's a completely different story. In 1993, the Energia Buran program was finally closed. The ship that made the only flight into space unfortunately died under the ruins of a collapsed hangar at Baikonur in 2002. Almost 14 years have passed since the launch of the Russian shuttle. All these years Buran stood at Baikonur. The building where he was located fell into disrepair. The roof, the size of 2 football fields, collapsed from a height of 70 meters and buried both the rocket and the shuttle under it. 8 people died in the crash. The footage that you see was taken by the Russian Emergencies Ministry. The camera was faulty or the film was defective, but we didn't find any other footage. Buran and Energia withstood the test of space, but perished on Earth. In total, 8 copies of Buran were built. In the hangar into which we made our way, there is a Buria ship. This is an unofficial name. It's essentially the same Buran, and Buria is a nickname that the creator of the site Buran.ru came up with. The ship was 95% ready and appeared under the code name 1.02. That is, the second ship after Buran. And the second ship in the hangar is a model that was used to work out pre-launch operations, refueling the ship and so on. Vadim tries to get off in a not very safe way. There must be some other way somewhere. Yes, there probably is, but you need to look. Hold on with both hands. Yes, like this. We climbed down, but now we still need to find a way to get into one of them. There used to be a ladder, but after the painting incident, it could have been removed. Yes, the inscriptions have been erased almost completely. Friends, what do you think about people who paint graffiti in Chernobyl or here in Baikonur? There are those who draw complete crap. And there are those who draw with meaning. But this is also vandalism. Brand was painted with meaning. It is understandable. But the question is what consequences this led and whether they achieved something with their act. There are no stairs. But you can try to climb here. Now let's try. It's fucking tight in there. This is brand new. Looks like styrofoam. Now I'll try to climb inside. Tolek says that it's too narrow there. Let's see if I can get through. There's a giant compartment. So it's so narrow in here. Let's try to get in here. No, dude, no. There's no climb here. And is there any way? It looks like they climbed through another compartment. Other stalkers climbed into the second ship. Yeah, I got it. I'll try to climb. Come on, I'll wait here for you. I understood that everyone climbed into that one, and from there the ladder was removed. In general, now I still climb into this small hatch and try to climb inside Buran. Dangerous, you can sit down and fall down there. This is very narrow here, literally a distance of 20 centimeters to climb through. I don't even know how to get there. I just don't fit in. I got into the space shuttle Buran. Wow. Electronics looks like it's new. Crazy. And it looks like a nuclear hadron collider. And here is the roof itself. It's an astronaut capsule. And here's the second one. Like in space movies about Star Wars. Well, let's get into the capsule. I can hardly get through here. I don't know how it is possible to walk normally here. And here is a docking capsule, as far as I understand. That's where the roof of Buran opens from above. The docking capsule is brought up and docked with the International Space Station, as far as I know. Here are the doors. There are a lot of electronics here. Pilot's cockpit? Yes, it is. Now I'm going to get into the cockpit. Here is the chair of the astronauts. Cosmonaut chairs. How many levers, buttons, toggle switches are here? By the way, the gas pedal, the brake most likely. I'm sitting now in the chair of an astronaut. Reusable spacecraft Buran. Could I have imagined this before? Never in my life. Damn it. They're unreal feelings. Well, dude, how is it inside? There, firstly, it's very narrow. There were such places that I could hardly climb through with great difficulty. But inside, everything is preserved. There are so many details. Everything shines like new, as if it had just left the factory. I have no idea how it was survived to this day. Yes, something is broken. Something was stolen, but overall it looks incredible. Friends, there was a ladder here, along which many bloggers climbed over there. The stairs have been removed. We can see them. It makes no sense for me to climb there, because if I simply won't get through there, if thin Vadim barely climbs through. But he made a video inside, and you have already seen it. I hope you like it. Let's take a few photos, and then we'll leave. Guys, I know that nothing is visible. I'm just telling you in hot pursuit until the emotions subsided. We're waiting for an ambush and an exit. Apparently, when we shone with flashlights inside the hangar, this was somehow noticed in the darkness outside. In general, we go out, shine a red light under our feet and see a police car with the headlights off. Only the red dot from the alarm is on. The night was so dark that we only saw the car when we got close to it. Seeing the car, we started to run to the side. We heard the doors opening. Apparently, they didn't immediately understand in which direction we ran. We managed to run 30 meters and saw a large slab on the ground. We hid behind it. The policeman started walking in our direction and shining a flashlight. He stopped 2 meters from us. If he had taken a few steps forward, he would have seen us. We are incredibly lucky. They have been walking around the hangar with lanterns for half an hour looking for us. The problem is that our backpacks are hidden in the building, not far from the main hangar. Vadim went along to get the backpacks, while I'm watching the police from afar. Someone might think that this is a production and I specially recorded this fragment. Okay, I won't convince you, but for everyone else, I'll tell you how it all happened and how luck helped us get out of the water dry. We left the hangar and went to the building where our backpacks were hidden. The night was very dark, nothing could be seen, and right where we were standing, we stumbled upon a police car. We walked 2 meters from the car and saw it only thanks to the red signal flashlight. We immediately ran this way and hid behind the slab. Immediately, the policeman began to walk in our direction. We had a head start of about 20 seconds. Coming close to the shelter, he began to shine through the field with a flashlight. And we already saw that everyone was caught, but he didn't see us. Apparently, he saw that we ran into the field. This is logical, but I just can't think that we were lying 2 meters from him. Not finding us behind the stove, the policeman and the car headed this away. The policeman began to check this building, and the car began to shine through the whole field with a decent light. At some point it shone directly on us, and we already saw that now we were definitely seen. But no, apparently in the dark, a stationary object is not so simply to notice. When the policeman and the car went behind the hangar, we took advantage of the situation and moved over here. For some time we watched from afar. After some time the policeman with the car returned, and the policeman went to the building near which we had recently been lying. While they were checking the buildings around the hangar, Vadim ran away and took our backpacks. Came back and we went towards the main road. Now we are moving along the railway towards the central road, which leads to Baikonur. We'll pass by several working enterprises. The cars left. In the end there were two of them. At first there was one, and later the second one arrived. They are now driving all over the spaceport trying to find us. We vertically see on the horizon one of the cars that drives along the road. On the one hand, it's risky. It's so brazen to walk along the central road like we are, but on the other hand, who doesn't take risks doesn't drink champagne. And if you want to hide, hide in plain sight. So hopefully we can get out without being caught. We move slowly towards the central road, by passing various enterprises and checkpoints from time to time. There was a checkpoint in the middle of the road, now we are trying to bypass it. There is also a substation. Friends, I think we can draw preliminary conclusions about Baikonur, despite the fact that we have not yet left the territory of the Cosmodrome. We are now walking across the field. We have about 8 kilometers left before the exit. In the meantime, let's go and tell you some numbers and statistics, conclusions, impressions. The way to the hangar with energy took us exactly 35 kilometers. We covered this distance in 12 hours. We walked all the time across the field, this field. When we were already approaching, I hated it. If at the beginning it was just a step, where a bush grows every 10 centimeters, then closer to the Cosmodrome, more and more ditches, scattered debris, metal and concrete began to appear. And moving in the dark, due to the large number of holes and bushes, it's easy to twist your leg. But this is not the worst thing. The metal debris annoyed me the most. Until I reached the hangar, I miraculously didn't twist my leg about 6 times and almost fell about 4 times, catching my foot in the dark for something. Back the one part of the way along the central road, but it was down. We did not have time to reach the finish line, so now we are walking along the steppe. By provisions, we took 12 liters of water with us, and now we'll still have about 2 liters left. That is, in general, we calculated correctly. In terms of food, it took us 4 cans of stew, 3 or 4 tortillas, and 2 large Snickers in that time. This is all. I didn't really want to eat, just drink. I'm sincerely surprised how many people come here during the day. There are such open distances that it's easy to notice you closer to the Cosmodrome. Since we only had one try, we decided to go in and out at night. We're on the track, which means that the Baikonur mission has been successfully completed. I am sure this video is worthy of like, comment and subscription to the channel. But we are going to the hotel where our things were left. Luck was on our side on this trip. Not everyone who went to Baikonur managed to take out photo and video materials from there. We got these shots too. It's not only amazing memories that will remain not only here, but also in the form of a high-quality video that we can play in 10 years and remember these damn adventures and reckless adventure.